Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a big question. Why is South America still poor? We're talking about a continent with the Amazon rainforest, the Andes mountains, amazing plants and animals, cool cultures, and tons of resources. It seems like South America should be super rich, but it struggles with poverty, inequality, and just not being as developed as it could be. Over the next few minutes, we're going to look at some of the main reasons why South America has had such a hard time economically, including colonialism, unstable governments, and how it interacts with the global economy. To understand this, we have to go back to the 1500s when Europeans, mostly from Spain and Portugal, arrived in South America. They weren't there to make friends or see the sights. They wanted one thing: money. Gold, silver, sugar, anything valuable, they took it. This led to the enslavement of native people and the terrible transatlantic slave trade. Europeans built huge plantations and mines, taking tons of resources and sending them back across the ocean. This system wasn't meant to help South America. It was meant to make European countries rich. Even after South American countries became independent in the 1800s, many of the unfair systems from colonial times remained. Now, fast forward to today, and one of the biggest problems in South America is inequality. In many countries, a very small group of people own most of the land and money. If you can't get land, a good education, or basic healthcare, how can you succeed? This concentration of wealth makes it almost impossible for people to escape poverty. It's like trying to run a race with a heavy backpack. High levels of inequality lead to crime, instability, and slower economic growth. It's holding the entire continent back. Imagine trying to build a house during a hurricane. That's what it's like for many South American countries trying to grow their economies with all the political problems they've had. The 1900s were filled with sudden government takeovers, revolutions, and dictatorships. This instability makes it really hard to make long-term economic plans or attract foreign investment. Businesses don't want to start up in a place where the government might change overnight, and investors get nervous. In many South American countries, corruption is a big problem. Money meant for schools, hospitals, and roads often ends up in the pockets of corrupt officials. Here's another issue. South American economies often rely heavily on selling raw materials like oil, copper, and soybeans. This might seem good, but it causes new problems. The prices of these materials can change a lot. When the price of oil drops, a country like Venezuela, which depends heavily on oil, suffers. Focusing on selling raw materials often means countries don't invest enough in other industries like making things or technology. They get stuck depending on these price changes, making it hard to build a stable economy. So we've talked about colonialism, inequality, political instability, and relying too much on raw materials. In the 1900s, many South American countries borrowed a lot of money from international lenders. The idea was that these loans would help them build things like roads and improve their economies. But these loans came with conditions. These conditions involved cutting social programs and reducing government spending. This often hurts the poorest people the most, making inequality worse. It's a tough cycle of borrowing, debt, and cuts that's hard to escape. Poverty and inequality lead to crime and violence. When people are desperate, they might do illegal things to survive. South America, sadly, has some of the highest murder rates in the world. This is caused by things like drug trafficking, gangs, and weak police. High crime rates scare away tourists, discourage investment, and make it hard for businesses to operate. It's like trying to grow a garden in a war zone. It just won't work. After all of that, you might be feeling a little down. But it's not all bad news. South America is incredibly resilient, creative, and diverse. Countries like Chile and Uruguay have made big improvements in reducing poverty and improving their governments. There are amazing groups working to fix inequality and promote social justice. And let's not forget South America's greatest resource, its people. What do you think? Can South America overcome these challenges? There's no easy fix. It's going to take hard work, good planning, and a commitment to fairness. South America has the potential to be successful, It has the resources, the talent, and the will to create a better future. That's it for me today, but I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Like this video if you learned something new, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.